Hey guys, APGAINS here, and I have some pretty funny stuff to show you now. Lord of the Rings Rise to War is a little bit broken. We're going to show you some glitch spots, some pretty OP base locations that you guys can hopefully implement into your own builds. Lots of good stuff. We're going to talk about strategies to kind of put yourself in a position to get some really good RNG in terms of base location, so you don't have to move around as much and kind of stall and wait. You guys can be as effective as possible. So this is not the glitch location, but it's dang near close. I spawned in. We chose Angmar, so in terms of the map, we chose the Witch King faction up here, and a little nice little thing here is that I spawned in. If you go to my settlement, I have these mountains right here, right? So I can't get attacked from the north. And within the faction, you know, we're gonna focus. I made a warband with a lot of guys from the channel. We kind of actually filled up the server as it is, so you're not going to be able to join my server and play along with us, but maybe in future campaigns you guys can come join us. But we're going to be very PvP focused. As you can see, if I zoom in, we have pretty good base locations so we can come and end up doing some PvP, but if you guys notice something, there is this mountain range, and I noticed when I scrolled up, you know, special terrain, cannot, and I was like, wait a second, these are some good tiles. And I said, oh, there's a player up here. Okay, maybe this is another part. And then here's the edge of the world. But he's in a really good spot because he's got this crossing. Early game, this crossing is going to be absolutely impossible. And there's a couple of guys over here somewhere, I think. So this guy's in a pretty good spot, but he's got a lot of other bases around him. So there's going to be some a lot of early game conflict over these really good tiles. But they're going to not be able to really get to this focus, or to this crossing, and then this guy's kind of stuck between the edge of the world, a crossing, and the mountains. So he's got a lot of really good tiles out here. You know, he's got a 170, a 230 up north. I think he's got a couple of bigger ones as well, where he can get a lot of good power per hour. I love that. It's my favorite unit of measurement, power per hour. And you'll notice he's trapped in an eternal 1v1 with King Philippel. King Philippel and Core are going to be trapped in an eternal PvP 1v1. Now, obviously, I hope that they don't end up joining the same warband and becoming friends, because that would be no fun, and you guys wouldn't be able to get any glitch spot PvP updates. But these guys are going to be locked in eternal battle for a lot of good tiles that are kind of like halfway between them. I think this guy has a little bit of an advantage simply because he has a really close 200 power plus a 170 power. And then over here, he's got a 310 burrow, a barrow right layer, which is a, can I actually, no, link land, can't march. But he's got these are some OP spots, guys. You have to admit, 230 power. These are some OP spots in the most defensible location ever. So if these guys choose to focus a PvP build and go against each other, this is going to be probably one of the most exciting possible matchups you guys can see in this game. So again, if you guys want to hop into a server, Angmar has this mountain range right here, and I believe there are some other mountain ranges that you could potentially glitch around. I mean, these mountain ranges are huge, right? So there's no real spot. Like, these are all special areas. So like, you could come in here, and there's a camp and stuff like this over here, but this isn't quite as powerful as the strategy of coming up to Angmar and actually being like right next to the edge of the map. Yeah, we get it. I don't want to go there. I want to go here. Being right next to the edge of the map where, you know, you're basically stuck. And if you value yourself as a good player who can do good PvP stuff, you're going to be in a pretty dominant position, especially if you can get allies. Like, if this guy can somehow align with one of the winners over here in terms of PvP, like this guy especially, this guy's going crazy right now. That's actually, it's actually probably half this guy and half this guy. But if these guys can get a warband together, this guy is going to be in the most favorable because he doesn't have to share those really endgame tiles. See how crowded it is over here? Like, there's some 170s, another 170. There's a couple of good spots up here, like this, what the heck? That's not what I wanted. There's some good spots up here, but I mean, 1, 2, like 3, 4. There's like 4 guys in a close proximity. I mean, they're already basically encroaching on each other's land. But this little overpowered spot right here, I mean, even if these guys don't end up PvPing, like there is a lot of really good high quality land, because even these are like 130 an hour. These are 1 square level 25s. No one's really going to fight over, 130s. Over here there's some 200s, but this is clearly on his side. This is clearly on his side. He's got some 170s clearly on his side. So even if a PvP ensues between these guys, it's not exactly going to be, contested. This guy over here is not going to farm and build and conquer and expand out over here to come pull this 230 right next to his base. Especially if, this guy like training or something, I don't know. He might have logged on. A lot of these players may be European and in different time zones. But if these guys expand rapidly, which I anticipate, especially with this guy moving out, expand rapidly, this could be some good PvP. Now, you're saying APGAINS, you're a sly dog. How are you going to get on it? So we kind of extend this way, and so this is probably the PvP area we're going to focus in. But I do kind of plan on, let me see if I can get around this way. So I can't get around the mountains this way, right, to get up to the nice OP spot. But what I can do is I can come over, over here. And if we can get a couple of these guys in our faction, maybe get a couple of forts so we can move farther. I mean, a 300, that's pretty overpowered. And we make our way around here. I mean, this is just laid with really OP spots. So we get some forts in some good areas. I mean, we can expand over here and kind of take this as kind of like a farming base area where we're kind of protected. Now, getting troops around is going to be hard because they're probably going to have to travel a couple of hours to go all the way to the extent of my fort plus up. Let's actually see at the edge of my range. My edge of my range is about here. So if I get a fort probably somewhere halfway between here and my base, and then another one probably at this point, and then another one like here, I mean, we could be seeing some pretty early server PvP, even from our warband up in this area, which should be pretty fun. So if you guys want to be a part of a series of the most PvP, the most aggressive new server, Witch King playthrough, definitely subscribe. And if you guys are one of the few people who are here who don't follow me from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, consider subscribing. We play another game, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. But I might do a couple of videos on this one too, because, me and my friends have been really enjoying this game, and I think it could be a good little way to spend some time, since it is kind of a passive game. So, as always, I love you guys. I'll see you later. And consider picking up this game for yourself. It's free. It's not sponsored. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it, and so do my subscribers and all that good stuff. So I'll see you in the tavern. See you playing the Red Book of Westmarch, recruiting a couple of pretty good commanders, and hopefully doing your tips. You guys better be doing your tips. I really hope you are. All right, guys. I love you. I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good one.